Curriculum integration has been a big initiative attracting interest at Ashford University and higher ed nationwide. We have the opportunity to become one of the first institutions to break into this exciting ideology and make waves in student success. My name is Emily Stark, and I'm a career services specialist here at Ashford. I'm also the College of Education liaison alongside Nicole Poff.
My name is Genesis Lastrella-Quicho. I am a manager of career services and employer outreach here at Ashford. I am so excited to be here with you all today. I was along at the very onset of our first initiatives around curriculum integration.
My name is Stephanie Heald, and I'm an assistant professor in the College of Education, and I began as an adjunct with Ashford in 2008. And I too was able to be a part of this awesome, the beginning of the early childhood and career services project. Thank you all for coming.
And my name is Nicole Poff. I work in the career services office. I'm also adjunct faculty, so at night I really love spending time in the classroom, getting to know the students that we don't see daily within our office. So I'm going to hand it over to Emily to kick us off.
Sliding back over. So to make our case in support of curriculum integration in all of Ashford's courses, we'll begin by exploring career readiness and academic curriculum and its impacts on student success. Then we will discuss the resources and tools required to carry out this mission together. And lastly, we'll look at specific practices and strategies to implement career-focused course development. We hope to leave you today with motivation and tangible ways to begin incorporating career-focused assignments in your course development. So let's discuss the why behind career-focused curriculum integration. Don Philibom, he's the CEO of Talent Marks, a leading career resources firm, and he wrote a book called Change It, and it discussed the necessity of curriculum integration. And he explores the positive benefits which emerge when career-focused curriculum integration is established at an institution. His foundational research highlights these 7 big picture benefits that you see here on your screen, and we noticed that they aligned with Ashford's strategies and goals. So to build a case for curriculum integration for our institution. So one of the largest proponents of curriculum integration is student success. These statistics that you see on your screen are by Inside Higher Ed. And they show us that students are having difficulty connecting their coursework to career work. Here you can see the disparity between students' feelings of preparedness versus employers' perspectives. We believe career-focused curriculum integration is a means to close this gap. Here we take a deeper dive into graduate success as it pertains to their workforce preparedness. So according to McGraw-Hill's Education 2015 Student Workforce Readiness Survey, 58% of students said college should adequately prepare them for a career. However, 20% of students at the time of graduation felt prepared to join the workforce, only 20%. In addition, the Association of American Colleges and Universities found that less than 2 in 5 employers rate college students as well prepared. So the overall takeaway is currently graduates feel they're not prepared, and employers are echoing that feeling of inadequate preparation for the workforce. So career-focused curriculum integration can support connection between learning objectives and career objectives, shifting student preparedness in the workforce. So here we're going to look at 3 institutions and how they've started to integrate career components in their curriculum. So the first here is SUNY Works, And they strategize with employers to develop courses to include work-ready content. Villanova University SB required professional development reflections every semester from their students. And Miami-Dade implemented self-assessments to better equip students with their strengths as they apply to their career search. So as we continue to build our case for supporting Ashford's curriculum integration in our courses, we should consider our student population. So we see here the average age and the population, 50% of it is minority, 27% is military affiliated. So with all that in mind, building on the statistics you see, many of our students are attending Ashford to achieve a specific career goal. And they're balancing parenthood, full-time jobs, spouses, traveling, along with their course load, leaving limited time to devote to their career readiness. So here's a quote to reflect that. While career services and advising are provided to students who seek them out, studies suggest that those who need such services the most are the least likely to take advantage of them. And so although many are not reaching out to career services, we know that the students are wholeheartedly in the classroom. Our goal is to embed a strong sense of career-focused curriculum in course teachings so Ashford students gain a well-rounded education while greatly impacting their lives and will benefit our institution.
Now that we have a grasp on why we find career services curriculum integration so imperative to our students' success outside of the institution, let's take a moment to talk about how we got this initiative started here at Ashford. Truthfully, it all really started from a conversation I had in the elevator with the provost at the time. She shared with me a goal of having every student here at Ashford leave the institution with these 5 things: a career goal, a career plan, a resume, a cover letter, and an elevator pitch. After several meetings and a commitment from leadership and administrators, we began putting together a proposal and presentations for the various colleges, curriculum designers, and faculty. We knew that the goal of integrating career services has to be an institutional-wide goal in order for it to be successful. In order to provide some sound arguments for this work, we needed to provide some context around our mission and our methods here in career services. What you see in front of you is a visual representation of our career development process that's used to guide our work and our programs in career services. Many of our students, as well as our faculty, think that career services is a benefit that students can only use when they approach graduation. However, the truth is that our students can and will come to us at various times throughout their time here at Ashford, and all at various stages of their own career development. Thus, our support for them needs to adjust accordingly. Our mission is to empower our students to discover, develop, and apply their unique talents to achieve professional success. We can break this up really nicely against this chart into the 3 areas of our mission. And upon further review, we can break this up even more so into some very interesting and purposeful interventions and learning objectives that really align nicely to our student life cycle. Now, with such a framework in place, we began to create several documents to help make integration of career services easier for our faculty and staff. We developed those 5 assignments as discussion questions as we felt it was the easiest way to get some quick wins. We know that the discussion questions weren't really going to have a lot of alignment to course content, but we didn't want to disrupt too much of what was already happening in academic curriculum that was already built. So we went the easy route and dragged in and dropped and replaced discussion questions. Additionally, we developed a faculty menu outlining some of the additional options faculty could consider within their curriculum. And what you see in front of you is just a small sampling of that. What's really important here is to note the intentional scaffolding to meet our students where they are in their career development and in their programs. For example, perhaps doing some career exploration or a self-assessment is better suited for a 100 or 200 level course. Working on your LinkedIn profile or beginning to build your network is something that can be used as an assignment for a 300 level course. And maybe finalizing your career plan and making adjustments is a good activity to do in a capstone course. Now, with all of this pre-planning completed, it was really time to start piloting with our 5 core assignments. And those 5 assignments were initially fully integrated within programs in Health, Human Services and Sciences and College of Ed. And there were definitely some faculty in some of the other colleges as well who have taken those 5 core assignments. Later in the presentation, we'll share with you some of that feedback we received from faculty in the initial scale implementation. But we really want to take just a quick moment now to say thank you to you, our faculty members and our administrators who were our early adopters. In doing this work, we actually have been very fortunate to have faculty champions who understood the depth of impact this work could have on the career readiness and the success of our students. Stephanie Heald was one of those faculty champions. As she revised old programs and courses and built new programs, Stephanie made Career Services a partner in curriculum development. As a result, we're in all program courses for ECD, as well as many others throughout the College of Ed. Steph, do you mind sharing with our participants today the value you saw in including purposeful career readiness throughout the curriculum?
When we started to look at the implementation of the Career Services assignments, we really wanted to ensure that intentional alignment with our program learning outcomes. So on the screen, next screen, you're going to see how we took the BA ECE program and we looked holistically to see where we could make that Career Services connection. So after we looked at the program, we were able to identify specific courses that we could put those 5 core assignments. And we can intentionally scaffold them in a manner that it fit with the sequence of our program and the competencies of our program. So it was a very intentional process going into it. You can see we began with level 1, and then we went on level 2, and then we completed with level 3. So students were able to go through that process of discover, develop, and apply throughout their program. Okay. Our team really felt that a full integration of these assignments in every course would help our students, and it would help them by connecting the course content and that professional career connection that Jen talked about. So on the next screen, you're going to then see that our overall process was truly a set process that we were able to really work with a partnership to make sure right from the beginning this process was in place. So a strength of this process, as you can see, was that there was specific and intentional steps. And this was really helpful for our team because it really allowed us to see the intentional process when we were building our courses or revising our courses. So the development of these assignments took place, and there was a distinct place for purposeful integration. That's something I really want to highlight, that we were able to use our content experts in creating intentional scaffolding throughout the program, in addition to creating those assignments. So we had access to several career resources that gave us a great starting point. And then we took our ECE content and added to that, and we created it and molded it. So while we had access to these resources, we also had a liaison, like Genesis said, that served as a liaison between the content experts, the ECE team, and the Career Services team. Really having this holistic view from our champion allowed really for the best of both worlds. That kickoff meeting for us was really all hands on deck and included all those collaborative players. So we brought everyone together and we really talked about this process as a whole as well as how we would take specific parts of that and kind of individualize those, again, bringing it back to that bigger picture. The one thing that our ECE team did highlight was the fact that this career services framework got us started. And then from there, we were able to take it and run and build these huge models of content expansion alongside professional relevancy. The one thing that I do want to highlight is the fact that this did not replace any content within our 5-week courses. It really added to it. It really expanded our content to, again, and just include that career services connection. So on the next slide, you're going to see a draft sample that really highlights the collaboration used. You can see the track changes there that show our document on the left-hand side, the early childhood education's document on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, you can see the career services comments. And those are really in-depth collaborative contents. One notion that I want to highlight again is that the meaningful connection between what career services gave us and the course content. It was not a project that replaced anything that we had currently or anything that we wanted to develop, or it did not supersede content. It really was an intertwined process that took a career focus for our students to be able to apply their content from the course with a level of professional relevancy. So our ECE team and the career services team were able to use resources from both worlds to really make direct links to career services websites and again, ECE content. So it really kind of was a seamless process. And our last one. So as you can see, this assignments did stem from our CLOs. What you can see on the screen is true ECE content. And then from that, we were able to integrate in the development of tools from career services and frameworks from career services that students could use after their academics, that real world professional connection relevancy. So we thought our students would benefit from the application of course content into the career aspirations. And again, the power of these assignments is truly, truly just the fact that we could connect that course content into something that would be relevant for students, both during their academics and after their academics. So we were really appreciative of the entire process.
Thanks, Steph. I was muted. So we've spent a lot of time talking about the College of Education, and really that's because that's where most of our wins have come from this far. We all kind of had a celebratory dance when the DOE approved one of their new programs that had all 12 courses had career services in it. So we've had some huge wins within College of Ed. We have had some wins within Division of General Education as well. We're in Gen 102, EXP 105, as well as a couple other work groups, hopefully kind of some things in the work there. But really what we're hoping to do is take what we've done within College of Ed and scale it out to the other colleges. Health and Human Services and Sciences, Forbes School of Business, College of Liberal Arts. There's still a lot of work to be done within these other schools, and we're really looking to try to kind of bridge that partnership there. One thing to note here is that we know that we don't have clear assessments yet. We're really hoping with the new program that rolls out next year to create some strong assessment and build an even better case. But what we do have this far is some general feedback from students and faculty. So we want to take a minute to share what are our students saying about this integration and what are our faculty saying about this integration. So here is a couple quotes from students in their week 5 reflections from Gen 102, where they basically can recap what they learned and how it was valuable. And as a faculty member of that course, I find that a lot of my students actually talk about type focus and these career readiness pieces. So some people said that it really motivated them and excited them for their futures. Others said that it made them feel like they were on the right track. And then some students said that through these self-assessments, they were able to figure out if their career choice was a good option and then other career options just in case their career interest didn't work out. So kind of a plan B. So as you can see here, students are really saying great things about it. And if we switch over to what faculty are saying, here's a survey that we did just to see what faculty were saying. faculty said that students felt like they knew what they needed to do in order to be successful. They really found value in the self-reflection pieces. And then it seemed like students were really excited. Paper, you know, they talked to their enrollment advisors and they share with them what they want to do, but giving them space in the classroom to kind of put that dream down really was valuable for the students and the faculty. Additionally, some opportunities was that it wasn't linked to course content. And again, we're doing some work there, but as you guys can see within College of Ed, we've been able to find ways to integrate career services and keeping the course content clear and keeping everything aligned to those course objectives. So how can you get on board? Really, we want to leave you guys with a couple of ways to join us kind of on this curriculum integration train. We do have a standalone resource page called ashfordcareerresources.com. And this was pretty much built for the sake of curriculum integration. They're little hyperlinks that allow you to just drop career components into your classroom. So resumes, different resources created for different colleges, things like that. So if you have time, explore there. Additionally, you can email us at careerservices@ashford.edu. This is kind of our intake process, and here you can get connected to the right person. We do have college liaisons for each college. So Emily and I work with College of Ed, but there are other career services specialists who work with the other colleges. Classroom career conversations. So in week 1, students introduce themselves and they say, I want to be a teacher, I want to own my own business. And this is a really great space to drop some of those resources from the Ashford Career Resources page straight into the classroom. You can send them the Future Educator page, or how to own and operate your own business, or specific information for sports and rec students. So integrating these into that discussion board is a really great way where you can easily integrate this starting today. Additionally, we do have a space on Seedle, and this has some of the discussions that we already talked about. They're already kind of created. A lot of this content lives within the Seedle. And then lastly, invitation to kickoff meetings. So my favorite thing ever is getting an invitation to kickoff meeting. When I see that little alert pop up on my screen, I just get really excited because I know I'm going to meet new faculty and instructional designers and hear about all the awesome work that's going on and the new courses that are getting built and revised. So those invitation to kickoff meetings really give us a space to learn about what you guys are trying to do when building a course and figure out how we can integrate effortlessly there. So these are a couple ways to get on board, and we want to just leave you guys with one last quote. Passionate workers are invested workers, hard workers, and happy workers. In short, the results would be dramatic. Connecting our students' passions with career pathways is essential to real-world readiness. I think at the end of the day, we all want to work for a place where we are proud of our students, and connecting them to this real-world readiness would really allow them to make an impact and build a better brand for Ashford.